No matter how much of a globetrotter you might be, it's just impossible to cover all the places this crazy planet has to offer. But let's say that you have the time and resources to make this possible. Even then, you won't be able to access some of the places, either because of restrictions or it's just too dangerous for people to visit. Here are 12 forbidden places that you're not allowed to visit, and for good reason. Let's enjoy these places from a distance, shall we? Before we get started, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe and click the notification bell for more amazing content. Number 12. Surtsey Island. Finding a pristine and untouched piece of land is almost impossible in our modern world. We just have easy access to most places because of advancement in technology and transportation. But there is one exception. What if there's a piece of land which is so recent in the making that humans didn't have the chance to impact it yet? There is one, and it's this tiny island 20 miles off the southern coast of Iceland. The Surtsey Island is a newborn baby in the geological scale. The island came into existence in 1963 after a series of underwater volcanic eruptions created this piece of land. Due to the nature of its creation, scientists have since used this as a spot to learn about how plants and animal lives may evolve in such places in isolation. Because of this, there are strict rules for anyone entering the Surtsey Island. Needless to say, no civilians are allowed. From fear of contaminating the island with foreign species, even the researchers need to be thoroughly searched and washed before granting entry here. This strict rule came into effect for good reason, since back in 1969, scientists were shocked to discover that tomatoes were growing on the island, and this was the result of an improperly handled human defecation. So you can imagine how careful you have to be while entering this place. Number 11. Fort Knox USA. Remember Scrooge McDuck from the animated series DuckTales? Scrooge was the richest duck in the world, and he had his own vault with untold amounts of wealth. You would also see Uncle Scrooge swimming in heaps of gold coins in pure bliss. Imagine doing something like that in real life. Well, there is one vault which has billions of dollars worth of gold bullions, but good luck getting inside there. The United States Bullion Depository, which is located next to Fort Knox in Louisville, Kentucky, holds a large portion of the United States' official gold reserves. The current holding is supposedly 4,580 metric tons of gold, which is about $230 billion in worth. That's probably worth more than Scrooge McDuck's vault itself. Not surprisingly, this vault is strictly restricted and heavily protected. The 18-ton, 25-inch thick vault door protecting the gold reserve won't be easy to crack either. Till date, only 2 journalists have been allowed inside the vault, one in 1974 and the other in 2017. I doubt even the Ocean's crew would be able to make it inside this one. Number 10. Room 39, North Korea. The Kim family has been controlling North Korea since 1948, but ever wondered how they've been consistently being able to stay in power? One main contributor is by way of foreign currency slush fund, which is brought into the country through illegal activities. Room 39, or also known as Bureau 39 or Division 39 or even Office 39, is a secretive North Korean party organization which is responsible for procuring and maintaining these slush funds. It's estimated that they bring in between $500 million and $1 billion or more every year. It's been alleged that the organization is involved with counterfeiting of $100 bills, production of meth and heroin, international insurance frauds, and the strangest of them all, counterfeit Viagra. Started by the founder of North Korea, the grandfather of the current leader, Kim Il-sung, the Room 39 has helped this family maintain power for all these years. It's believed that the Room 39 is located inside a ruling Workers' Party building in Pyongyang. Wherever it might be, there's no way any outsider would be allowed close to it. Number 9. Bohemian Grove USA. The world of the super rich and powerful is so far removed from what most of us are used to or even consider normal. Of course, as with any group, there is bound to be a society or a community where like-minded individuals can come together and discuss. The Bohemian Grove campground in Monterey, California is one such gathering spot for the super rich and powerful. In mid-July of every year, the Bohemian Grove hosts a more than 2-week gathering for these exceptionally successful men. The tradition was started in the late 19th century as a way to bring together famous artists, musicians and journalists, but over time it's expanded into this cult-like exclusive membership club open to anyone rich and impressive enough to receive an invitation. As with most cults, there has to be some oddities, and Bohemian Grove is no exception. People are known to dress up in strange costumes and dance around bonfires. Secretive talks of great importance to the world are also said to happen within these grounds. One such scenario was the planning meeting for the Manhattan Project that took place here in September 1942. Pretty crazy, right? Number 8. Dogway Proving Ground USA. When the military needs to test out its weapons and capabilities, they need a large swath of land which is uninhabited by both humans and animals. The Dogway Proving Ground is one such area which is used by the US military since World War II. This testing facility is located 85 miles southwest of Salt Lake City in Utah and has tested out things like chemical and biological weapons to flamethrowers. Since these tests are done in open air, the risk of these chemical weapons like toxic nerve agents accidentally being let loose is very high. This is why the Dogway is a restricted zone for civilians. Number 7. Salefield Nuclear Site, England. Whenever there are nuclear weapons involved, there's also nuclear waste in the picture. But unlike others, nuclear waste isn't as simple as throwing in a trash can. Salefield is a large multifunctional nuclear site located in northwestern England and houses over 200 nuclear facilities and 1,000 buildings. The facility was constructed to produce plutonium for the country and also for storing all the radioactive byproducts. As of now, the site is off-limits to tourists due to an incident where irradiated particles started leaking into the surrounding areas. Since the facility stores 140 tons of untreated plutonium, it's best not to touch Salefield even with a 10-foot pole. Number 6. Verdun Forest, France. Wars fought long ago still have an impact on the environment even today. One example is the Verdun Forest in France. During World War I, this area was host to the longest battle in this war, lasting 10 months. The result? 300,000 deaths and a soil completely poisoned by arsenic found in all the countless artillery shells which bombarded this forest. Some of these artillery shells haven't even exploded on impact and pose a threat even today. Due to all the environmental hazards, most stretches of the Verdun forest are devoid of trees and plants. All these reasons forced the French government to ban entry into the zone, and it's for the best. Stay away from this place. Number 5. Poveglia Island, Italy. If there's one place which could satisfy most paranormal hunters, it might be the Poveglia Island in Italy. Located just half a mile from Venice, this long-abandoned island has a dark past. From 1776 and for more than a century, the island was used as a quarantine zone for those inflicted with plague and other infectious diseases. It's said that more than 100,000 sick people have died here in its heyday and were buried in mass graves. Then, in 1922, a mental hospital was constructed on the island, but its history was marred with reports of patients being abused and unexplained disappearances. The hospital shut down in 1968, and the island has since been abandoned and fell into disrepair. Due to the troubled history of Poveglia, it has been a source of various paranormal sightings over the years and has been featured on several shows. Though it's illegal to go onto the island these days, people still sneak in for the thrill. Are you bold enough to go there? Number 4. Ludzer Monument, Bulgaria. Check out this interesting-looking monument atop this mountain. Looks like a spaceship hovering just above the peak. The Ludzer is a unique-looking monument built on top of the Ludzer Peak in central Bulgaria. It was commissioned by the Bulgarian Communist government in honor of a socialist movement which led to the founding of the Bulgarian Social Democratic Party. Since its opening in 1981, the condition of this once striking monument is far from favorable. After the Soviet Union fell, so did the maintenance efforts on the building. Now it's just a death trap waiting to go off. Currently, the Ludzer monument is bolted shut and closed to any visitors. Best leave this place alone if you don't want to be crushed to death. Number 3. Lahua Island, Hawaii. Similar to the Surtsey Island near Iceland, the Lahua Island in Hawaii is a strictly restricted habitat. No outsiders except for researchers are allowed to step in here. The island is monitored by scientists who are preserving its indigenous species of birds and plants. As of now, there are 17 species of seabirds which are only found here, and various plant species native to this small island. However, things weren't so controlled a few years ago when a rat infestation disrupted the ecosystem heavily. The rats kept stealing seabird eggs, which pushed these birds to relocate to another island. After 3 years of constant effort, the rat infestation has been brought under control, and the native plant and bird species are flourishing once again. This is another island which is best appreciated from afar. Number 2. Club 33. If you're always on the lookout for the best club in town, there's probably no other club in the world which can compete with the exclusivity of Club 33. What you'll be surprised to hear is that this club is found within Disneyland in Anaheim, Tokyo and Shanghai. Inspired by the World's Fair 1964 design, the inside of Club 33 will treat its exclusive members with original antique hand-painted frames and various props from classic Disney titles. Getting into this club is no easy task either. With an alleged joining fee of $25,000 to $50,000 and an annual $12,000 membership fee, Club 33 is meant for the elite rich. Even if you have the money, be prepared for the 10-year waiting list. But once you clear all those hurdles, you'll have the privilege of seeing its interior and maybe catch Tom Hanks, Elton John or Christina Aguilera having a meal there. Number 1. Mexico's largest marijuana plantation. Shows like Narcos have given us a peek into the lives of the most infamous drug kingpins ever to have existed. Look at this massive black box you see in the middle of the Baja Desert. Can you guess what it is? Well, it's a plantation, and not just any plantation, a massive 300-acre marijuana plantation. The entire area is covered with a black screen cloth which is used to protect the plants from too much heat and sun, and also for containing the smell of the marijuana plants. Some of them have even grown to a height of 8 feet tall. Mexican soldiers have seized the plot since its discovery, but they are still unsure as to who is behind the operation. Though it's under the control of the soldiers and not cartel members, it is still a place you wouldn't want to casually stroll into. Well, that's it. 12 forbidden places you're not allowed to visit. Which was your favourite? Let us know in the comments, and while you're at it, be sure to smash the like button, share and subscribe, and we'll be back with more. See ya!